All right, thanks for coming, you guys.
Thank you.
This is Dope AF. Well, the boomers are laughing. What's up, boomers? I'm a boomer. I'm the last year of the baby boom. I know, it's hard to believe. I moisturize, luminizing face primer twice a week. I look good. I get it. I get it. 55, though. 55. Right? You're not supposed to say your age in LA. I know. 55. In LA years, that means I died in 1997. That's pretty much it. I don't care. It's good to be. I love Los Angeles. I'm originally from New York, but I'm an Angelino. I've been here 7 years. I'm definitely 100% an Angelino. Here's how I know. I was on a dating app, right, and I matched with a woman. She lives in Irvine. She tells me that she's transgender, and my first thought, Irvine? Don't get me wrong, I will blow a woman, but I'm not getting on the 5, okay? That's... I assure you that joke is not transphobic, it is merely traph-phobic. I love doing comedy. I've been doing comedy a long time, over 20 years, still working on my type 5. We're going to get there, people. It's 18 seconds a year. Mrs. Maisel did it in half an episode. I call bullshit. I have not been on stage as much since my mom passed away a couple of years ago. I'm okay. I just figure, what's the point of being a comedian if she's not around to be disappointed in my life choices? What are the odds? Room full of disappointments right here in Los Angeles. God bless you. I am disappointed. I used to be a lawyer. I was a lawyer back in another decade. I was not a good lawyer. I was not good. My legal advice was always, just sign it. And people will come up to me after a show and they'll say, oh, that's so great, you're a lawyer. You always have that to fall back on. Not if you've been disbarred. I like to tell them, not if the state of New York has banned you from practicing. People will still ask me for legal advice. I still get people asking me for legal advice. What part of I tell dick jokes in the back of dark bars across the San Fernando Valley do you not get? Sure, I'll take a look at your documents. Which one are you? Just sign it. I actually just looked at somebody's production contract or whatever it's called, something like that. I had to Google shit. You don't want your lawyer Googling shit while he's performing legal services. My last client is currently serving a 3 to 6 year prison term. And that was for a condo closing. 55. I think I'm single again. I just got out of a 4-month relationship. Every time I meet a woman now, it's like, this could be the one that I date for the next 3 to 5 months, right? Because it was app-based. And you know what? Dating in your 50s, when you're in your 20s, you're looking for love. 30s, you're still clinging to that idea. 40s, perhaps. 50, you're basically just looking for someone to pick you up from your colonoscopy. You're looking for an Uber driver with benefits. Otherwise known as an Uber driver, because they will fuck you. Be careful in the Ubers, people. Ageism is the only last acceptable ism. Have you noticed that? We can still make fun of old people. Old jokes are always funny. Right? I find myself doing it, right? I got a new doctor, he's 91. My doctor is 91 years old. The guy came into the room, I was like, holy shit, my doctor needs a doctor. This guy was old. This guy delivered, what's his name? I forgot the punchline. This guy delivered, who's the old actor? Bogart, that's the joke. Let's try that again. This guy delivered Bogart. I was afraid he was going to fall asleep with his finger in my butt. That's how old this guy was. Let me rephrase that. I was hoping he was going to fall asleep with his... He did not. He didn't even do the finger in the butt thing. His Armenian physician's assistant did the finger in the butt thing. And I don't know why I have to point out that he's Armenian, but I think it makes it funnier, right? This Armenian dude, he did the finger in the thing there. And he also did something to my penis that no one's ever done before or since. Imagine this is my penis. This is actual size, by the way. He went like this. Penis. He tugged on my penis like he was calling for the butler. He was... Are you signaling for a stop on the bus? What are you doing to my penis? I went home and I Googled that tugging on the penis thing. There's no accepted medical practice where you tug on a man's penis. It just happens to be a very nice thing to do for another person. He was Armenian, and I'm from New York. I didn't know a lot about Armenians until I moved to Los Angeles. So there are Armenian people here? Nobody? Somebody's got to watch the vape shop, I guess, right? They own a lot of vape shops, is my point, right? They're amazing people, right? And we don't really have a lot of Armenians in New York, so I didn't know a lot about them. Well, we do, but we call them Italians. And I related to these people because I'm a Jew, right? And we're both a hairy race of people that they tried to wipe off the planet. In case you're keeping score, genocide is a good comedy topic, everybody. That's right. And I used to get my back shaved right around the corner from here in Burbank, from a salon on San Fernando Boulevard, run by an Armenian lady, a very large Armenian lady. Used to shave my back for me. And I went in there one day to ask how much it would cost to shave my back. And by the way, you know you're a hairy son of a bitch when you have to get an estimate. $25 is what she told me, and she complained the entire time. Ugh, so hairy. So hairy. This is how little I knew about Armenians. My first friend when I got to LA was in fact Armenian. I didn't even know that. I did not even know that. My friend George. He was the guy, he worked in the garage under the building that I lived in, around the corner from here. And George was Armenian. I didn't know that because I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know the symptoms of Armenianism. He was a short guy, had a dark, bushy mustache. I'll be honest, I thought he was Mexican. His name was George. I figured Jorge, George, perhaps. Lovely guy, right? And we had never really had a conversation beyond hello, goodbye. So one day I was carrying hockey gear, and he sprints over to me, and we have this whole conversation about hockey. He's a huge Kings fan, and I was amazed that this guy, Mexican, huge hockey fan, not the typical demographic, right? So I said to him, George, that is unbelievable. How'd you get to be such a big hockey fan? And he said, well, when I was growing up in Armenia, I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know that there were Mexicans in Armenia. I did not. Jorge Garabedian, I think perhaps. So now I have to go back on the dating apps. Do I have to do that? Can't do it. You know, you're better off using that swiping motion on your own genitalia. I've pretty much discovered that's the way to go. I can't see anymore, right? I like your glasses, miss. Do you know what the prescription is on this? It's probably not that bad. That's my theory. If you know that number, probably pretty fucking bad. Minus 11. That's the point I'm trying to make. Minus, okay, I can hear, okay? Minus 11 prescription on these sons of bitches, right? These glasses, the lenses are made by Hubble. That's how thick they are. They are... I go to the Griffith Observatory, people line up behind me to look at the stars. That's how thick they are. Do you keep them on as a personal question? Do you keep them on during lovemaking? Yeah. Well, you know, if you take them off, it's easier to imagine that you're with somebody else. On the one hand... But for me, I like to keep them on during sex because I like to see what I'm paying for. That is the joke we're going to leave on everybody. That's how I roll. Thank you so much for coming out. Nice. Keep it going, man. That's it.